This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 18th day of July in the year 2018. Here's what we're tracking tonight. The Guyana Police Force is taking a zero-tolerance policy against those police officers who find themselves in vehicular accidents with the force's vehicles in situations that could have been avoided. Acting Police Commissioner David Ramnarine today told the police awards ceremony that those police ranks who damage the force's vehicles will have to pay for those damages. He reported that over the past 2 years, 41 police ranks were involved in vehicular accidents while driving the force's vehicles. This, he said, cannot continue.
We have taken an oath, we wear a uniform, we have higher training and learning, and therefore we must conduct ourselves a lot better than we do.
The acting top cop said in the first 6 months of this year, 18 ranks were involved in road accidents that were caused by them, and as a result, they'll have to pay.
That on 18 occasions this year, in 6 months this year, 18 occasions, where members of the force driving force vehicles were involved in accidents, where they were responsible for causing that accident, and the damage amounting to some $2,394,000. They have been made to repay or to pay for the cost of that damage. Some 10 ranks have already completed payments and the others have some more time to pay. That is the position we have to enforce.
Mr. Ramnarine said there have been cases when police ranks would go chasing behind suspects for minor offenses, and at the end of the chase, the suspects would have fled and the force's vehicles would have been badly damaged. He urged the ranks to use common sense. At the awards ceremony, several members of the force and community policing groups were awarded for their outstanding work in several fields over the past year. More news in a moment, stay with us.
Guyana. If Uncapped Marketplace in Georgetown exceeded all your expectations, then prepare to be amazed even further as GMSA's Uncapped moves to the west coast of Demerara, giving you another chance to taste and savor more agro-processed foods. Yes, come out and experience the creativity of those on the west side at the Uncapped Marketplace and Food Festival, happening on Saturday, July 28th from 10 hours at the National Track and Field Center, Lenora, West Coast, Demerara. So bring out your family for an entire day of food, games, giveaways, and lots of fun. The admission is free, so don't miss it.
Welcome back. In the courts, a former accountant at the Guyana Gold Board was today slapped with 6 fraud charges. The 35-year-old woman, Rosanna Ramnarine, made her first court appearance today at the Georgetown Magistrates Court before Magistrate Fabia Zor. She pleaded not guilty to all 6 charges. The court learned that between the 1st of February and the 30th of April, at the Guyana Gold Board with the intent to defraud, the woman falsified payment documents totaling more than $500,000 in the names of 2 businessmen. Additionally, the court was told that she also stole over $288,000 on one occasion and over $336,000 on another occasion. In both cases, the money belonged to the Guyana Gold Board. The court was also told that back in 2017, the accused conspired with others to forge several payment invoices. Bail was granted in the sum of $300,000, and the accused was also ordered to lodge her passport. Additionally, she will have to make regular visits to the Special Organized Crime Unit. The case will come up again next Monday. Let's tell you now that the Suicide Prevention Helpline has been stepping up its work and offering assistance through counseling to many Guyanese who seek out help. The helpline is managed by the Guyana Police Force and other agencies. Today, Acting Police Commissioner David Ramnarine revealed that over the past 2 years, the helpline has received a total of 296 phone calls from persons seeking help. He said in many of those cases, persons complained about depression and frustration and thoughts to take their own lives. The work of the 24-hour helpline will continue, he assured. Guyana has the highest suicide rate in this part of the world, and over the years there have been several initiatives and programs launched to combat the problem. While attempted suicide remains a criminal offense, there have been ongoing efforts to curb the problem across the country, especially in the Berbice and Essequibo regions, which continue to record the highest numbers of suicide cases. The Public Health Ministry has stated that it continues to look at ways to address the issue through the Mental Health Unit. In the world of politics, as the race for the top positions in the People's National Congress heats up, party executive James Bond has declined to accept a nomination for the post of vice chairman and has instead chosen to nominate Christopher Jones for the position. Jones is also an executive member of the party and currently serves as the director of sport. In a Facebook post today, Bond said that at this juncture, he has to decline the nomination. Bond, who is an attorney, shared that before the announcement of the PNC Congress, he had proposed to Jones that he, Jones, should run for the position of vice chair. He further stated that he committed to managing Jones's campaign as Jones did for him back in 2016. Additional support for Jones is expected to come from Valda Lawrence, who is running for chairperson of the party. Lawrence is currently running against current chair of the party Basil Williams and Joe Harmon. Meanwhile, Bond said that Jones confirmed that he will be accepting the nomination, which means he will be running against Annette Ferguson and several other party members for the post of vice chairperson. The Ministry of Public Health in a statement last evening said it is setting the record straight and is clarifying that all procedures were followed with regard to the contract with a US-based company for the supply of emergency pharmaceutical supplies for regional and clinic services last year. According to the ministry, the contract was signed almost a year ago, in August of 2017, and all tender procedures were strictly followed. The ministry explained that tenders were initially received from 6 companies, but when those documents were opened, all 6 companies failed to meet the evaluation criteria at the preliminary stage for the multi-million-dollar contract. Those 6 companies were Anson McCall Limited, Caribbean Medical Supplies, Global Healthcare Supplies, International Pharmaceutical Agency, HDM Labs Incorporated, and Metatron. According to the ministry, it sought and got permission from the National Tender Board for restrictive tendering. It said all 6 companies were written to and asked to resubmit bids, but only one of the companies responded, HDM Labs, and it was that company that got the award from the National Tender Board. Cabinet then noted the recommendation from the Tender Board and the contract was awarded in August of last year. Public Health Minister Valda Lawrence said she has taken note of the curious timing of what she called a non-story, coming more than a year after the contract. She said it appears as though it is coming when a certain political decision is imminent, clearly referring to the upcoming PNC internal elections for party chairman. Lawrence is one of 3 candidates running for that position. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. Gordon Mosley reporting.